Well, I mean, like we mentioned earlier, 20% of the world's crude and refined oil comes through the Strait of Hormuz, and much of that goes into Asia. So when the war started, those shipments dropped to virtually nothing, and the bunker stocks already in the supply chain and en route to refueling hubs have now been delivered or are busy or almost being delivered, and those refueling terminals are starting to run down the inventories, and there's no replenishment on the way. I spoke to the Maritime Port Authority of Singapore last week. They reckon they still have stock, but they're monitoring everything very closely. But, as one of the world's busiest bunkering hubs, I would imagine they're getting pretty worried right about now. Some ports have more supplies than others, of course. It's not like there's shortages everywhere. But with Asia being the starting point for most long-haul voyages, the industry does need that strait to reopen.
So in Singapore, VLSFO is up over 70% since late February. Is the problem availability rather than prices we look forward? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, I mean, at some point, if there's no fuel, there's no fuel. It doesn't matter how much it costs. And, we're not at that point yet. But it's hard to see how the bunkering industry can avoid running out if they can't get fuel replenished.
Lars, are you concerned that, well, we've never really been here before, the concerns over bunker supply might constrain operations rather than just inflate costs? Have we got any reference point for this? What are the implications if this did happen?
I don't think we have any reference points to come anywhere near. I mean, we all hear the numbers that is 20% of the global oil supply that moves through the Strait of Hormuz. As far as I've been able to dig up, if we go way back to the tanker wars in the 80s and the fuel crisis back in the 70s, back then you were talking 7 to 10% of the world's oil supply that was impacted. So the sheer magnitude of what we're witnessing now is completely without precedence. And yes, I would be more concerned about the physical availability of the fuel rather than the price. I mean, sure, in headline form, bunker fuel prices have increased dramatically over the last 4 weeks, but we have been here before. I mean, 2013, 2014, bunker fuel prices were as high as what we're also seeing now, and it's not that the global supply chains were broken back then. Furthermore, vessels were actually less fuel efficient back then as they are now. So yes, it's a high oil price, but that in itself is not going to wreck the supply chains at all. The concerning part is if suddenly there are locations where there'll be physical shortages of the fuel.